she wrote a sense of September, which is called Good News for Common People, which I read last time, which that's where she mentions that starting July 27th, 2023, that we should get recognition in their courthouses. She did state in one of the seminars that it was at the 8th level also. So I'm not sure how that's flowing into the county levels just yet. So, yeah, so that's kind of the issue here. But most of the county level court cases, at least the ones that I have seen, the accuser is the state of Florida. So that makes it a state level. So I'm wondering how that's going to affect. And, you know, I wanted to, you know, inquire, and there hasn't been any information thus far for anyone who does have any court cases that are prior to this date. You know, like how does that affect them? You know,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like what happens? Are they're stuck with their date and they're not going to be recognized, or what is the, you know, what is the process? And if there's anything that they can do to get recognized. So those are some questions that I think perhaps Anna can answer, and she is doing Q&As from North Carolina every Tuesday, and it's at 1 p.m. on Tuesdays at the same channel with Nitty the Pharmacist is her name, and you can find her on YouTube. And I welcome you all to, if you can, join the chat there, and you can throw in your question in the chat, and hopefully it'll get picked up by the moderators and be read out to Anna.
That was my second question. You're ahead of me. That's exactly what I was looking for. This YouTube, is it a podcast? Is that what that is?
It is a podcast, and let me try to find it here.
Yeah, I looked for it, and you just mentioned it's. Go ahead.
I put it in chat.
Oh.
Give me a second, guys.
I haven't seen the chat. Okay.
I just want to clarify, you said 1 p.m. That hours?
Can you guys hear me, or am I muted?
Hello? Okie doke, thank you. All right, guys, so I went ahead and I put the YouTube channel on the chat. So if you're on the computer, you can do the chat. And you can look at that and then subscribe to the channel, and then to notify you for all notifications. But this, for now, until they tell us that they're going to discontinue this Q&A chat with Anna, will be on that channel, Nitty the Pharmacist. And like I said, subscribe to the channel, and then if you're available on Tuesdays at 1 p.m., that's when they will start the podcast, and then you can join the chat and ask your questions. Be with you, Paul?
Fantastic. Yeah, thank you very much, Carmen. I appreciate it. I yield.
Lulu and Shane, go ahead.
Yeah, Carmen, I had to ask about...
I can't hear you, Harley. Sounds like you're far away. Are you away from the mic on your computer or your cell phone or whatever you're using?
We already found out.
Well, otherwise you need to raise the volume.
We already found out it was at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Thank you. Adios.
Okay, great. Anyone else?
What was the site name or web address?
The channel for Nitty the Pharmacist is on YouTube, and that is the name of the channel, N-I-T-I, the Pharmacist, spelled F-A-R-M-A-C-I-S-T.
N-I-C-I?
N-I-T-I.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Anyone else have a question?
I do, Carmen. This is Don on Volusia.
Yeah, Don.
How you doing? Thank you for everything, Carmen. Really so helpful with everybody.
You're welcome.
I have a question really for my daughter. A few months back, I set up my master account with the Global Family Trust. My daughter completed the Sign in America course probably like 2 months ago. She did her paperwork last week, and last week attempted to just start the process with the Global Family Bank, and she hasn't heard back at all. So I remember when I did it, you just give your email, and they send you an email requesting you to send the URL from the TASA website showing that you've done your paperwork, and then they set it up where you can upload all of your documents. So, but she's got no response whatsoever in over a week. Is there an email that you can share with maybe somebody we can contact to make sure that there's not a problem? I don't know. Or is it just backed up like that, you know?
I'm thinking that it's probably backed up, so give it a little bit more time. I know that, for example, with the credential cards, they were taking like 2 months before you got your credential cards on the LRO. So I think it's just a lot of influx of stuff. And this is why, the ones that got on early to become nationals, they have all their stuff pretty much done and was able to get a quicker response on certain things. But now things are getting a little backed up as more people are coming back to the land and soil. I don't know of any email or anything where you can follow up. I don't know if Ralph knows anything, or if maybe right on that website, if there is a place where you can contact them if you have a question. But that's all that I know.
Okay, I'll go back. I don't recall there being any contact.
Yeah, I looked at that website too, and I don't recall there being a contact either, but maybe I missed it.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, thank you. I yield. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Ralph over here in Florida. I put greetings from the Global Family International Trade Bank in the chat that has a email for questions and things like that and other general information. Also put the Telegram channel for the Q&A session for North Carolina. They have a Telegram channel and they're taking questions and different things there also. I yield.
Thank you, Ralph. Appreciate it. Don Volusia. Thank you.
All right, anyone else have a question?
Can you hear me? No.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and save that information on my banking little folder so that, because I know this question is going to keep coming up as more people are trying to get their account set up on the global for their cards. Early one gets in early and gets all the stuff first. All right.
Somebody put in the chat, the living man, Seneca Lee. I have questions if anyone has time to answer.
Yeah, I'm on mute.
Go ahead and put your question, or you can either speak or put it in the chat if you don't have a way to speak. I'm on mute, okay? You can unmute yourself.
I tried.
See if I can find you. Are you on a phone or on a laptop?
On phone, it's *6.
Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me?
*6 to unmute.
5, 6.
Man.
5, 6. Can you hear me?
Paul has his hand up.
She had it up from before.
Can you hear me now?
Down.
Can you hear me now?
Unless Paul has a question, he can come.
Can anybody hear me now?
Forward and speak.
Hello?
Muted.
Okay.
Hey,
I tried, yes.
Unmuted.
Can you hear me now?
Not able to get his
I hit *6.
to cooperate. So go ahead and put your question in the chat, the living man from Seneca.
Okay.
He's unmuted right now.
Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Can you speak to your cell phone and chat?
I did try. I did hit it. Can anybody hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I see that you say you're from the nation of Maine.
Yep. Yes. I have
Be able to speak
a daughter from here.
because Rob says you're
I am
unmuted,
speaking,
but if it's
and
not coming
it
through,
says
then go ahead
unmuted,
and type in your question in the chat.
but no one hears me.
Or maybe turn up the volume on the phone. Yeah, turn up your volume on your phone. That might be also an issue. Okay, so he says, I have a daughter from here. I'm speaking, and it says unmuted, but no one hears me. So I'm
Yep.
gonna ask.
So *9 is to raise and lower hand. So *6.
Muted.
Can you hear me now?
Unmuted.
Can you hear me now? Hello? Okay. I tried. For some reason, it's not
A
working.
living man gets his questions together in the chat. Is there another question?
I moved down here, would like to join the assembly here, and can we talk to work on the paperwork necessary if it's possible?
Give me 1 second. Let me read the living man's question and then we'll get back. I moved down here and would like to join the assembly here. And can we talk to work on the paperwork necessary if it is possible? Okay, what county are you living on? Putnam. Do we have a county organizer on Putnam? Don't even know that that's a county. Never seen that one before.
No, we don't.
I'm in Clay and Putnam.
Yep, right on the border.
Um, I'm right on the border. Okay. I don't think there is a particular, recorder or organizer for that area, so I'm gonna refer you to Barbie. She's a state recorder, and, she can assist you with what, how to move your documents from your main assembly, down here to Florida. So do you have all of your original paperwork? Okay, so I put in the chat Barbie's, email so that you can reach out to her and, have a chat with her so she knows, where you're coming from. And if you do have your paperwork, she's probably going to need that in order to move you over from Maine to Florida. But check out her, talk to her and find out what exactly you need.
Yeah, you can feel free to call me as well.
All right, you want to put your phone number in the chat for him privately, if you want.
Oh, I don't care. 407 818-0644.
All right, 407-818-0644.
You got it.
Barbie's phone number. He's got like that 888 number going on now.
That works.
Real good. Okay, so Eva, you emailed Indian River County's coordinators but never heard back. She does have a channel, on Telegram if you are on Telegram. And her channel is called Indian River ASN Group. I don't know if you need the special invite to get that particular channel, Eva, but that is her channel, and, hopefully you can, be able to reach her through there. If not, I think she is part of the Florida State National channel. Florida State National. Trying to see if she's on here. Are you papered up, Eva? It's Indian River ASN Group.
It says Indian River something. Is that the one?
Perfect.
Indian River, yes, put it in the chat.
Waiting for my passport. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Is that you saying Indian River, or is that somebody else?
I got it.
Speaking, this is Carmen, and I posted in the chat at the Telegram channel, Indian River ASS, try to get on her channel there, and maybe that will be quicker. Depends what people are doing.
Okay. I'm just joining the meeting, and I'm sorry for interrupting.
No problem.
Yeah, I just went to the Indian River ASN channel, and it looks like you have to have an invite because it didn't provide a link.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna put that in here and I'm trying to see if she's on, I know she's on other chat channels where maybe someone can send her a message. Her name is Leah. Getting her last name though. Seeing her on other channels, but I can't seem to find her now. Leah Brooks is her name. Leah Brooks. So try to see if you can find her on Telegram through Leah Brooks and send her a private message. And that will probably work. All right. Anybody else have a question? You can go ahead with your question.
Good time, Don and Felicia. My question's regarding the presentation Ralph gave last week, regarding the banking, and one of the things that he did mention was that I think it's the AFN,
Muted.
Federation note, but when the cards and accounts were originally charged, they would
Unmuted.
loaded, it would be 5,000, I believe, a month AFNs, and he mentioned that it was going to be, the value was going to be like the value, I think he said 34, I don't know if he meant 33, and its relationship to silver and gold. So from that, I took it to mean that maybe the 5,000's purchasing power would be dramatically different because the dollar has lost, 98% of its value since then. Or am I interpreting that incorrectly? Or
There's not even any money at all.
like if you take those 5,000 and you transfer them over to a regular fiat account, will that show as a different value?
I don't know the answer to that. If Ralph has more information, he can speak on that.
Okay.
Yes, Ralph. But I don't remember talking about the conversion rate then.
Yeah, you didn't mention you said the value though would be what it was retrospective back to, I think you said 34.
We don't know. They gotta determine that. Cause they were looking at 22 to 1, whatever the weight of a silver dollar being compared to what it is now. So I don't know how they're gonna do it. It's still up for discussion.
Okay, because it would be dramatically different than it is today, right? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, a loaf of bread. We used to get 7 loaves for $1 in the early 70s.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure $5,000 in 1934 would buy you a house, so.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was just curious. Thanks, Ralph. Appreciate your input.
All right.
May I? This is Paul from Palm Beach County.
Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, Ralph, during his presentation, the 34 was in regards to the exchange rate that Anna mentioned is going to be based on the 1934 Emergency Banking Act. And from what I understand, it's going to be based upon what the rate of one ounce of silver the exchange rate is today. I looked at it a couple of days ago, it was $23.
Yeah, the Emergency Banking Act would be 1-for-1 though.
Yeah, but that includes, but what we have to,
Muted.
exchange rate is going to be half the inflation from 1934 to what it is today.
There's nothing in the act that speaks about inflation. They could always
But this is what Anna was talking about as far as what the exchange rate, from my understanding anyway, that the exchange rate is going to be something quite significant. Maybe 23, who knows, maybe 21, whatever. But that was my impression anyway. It was based on, originally it was 1-to-1, but now it's, since, as the gentleman mentioned, the Federal Reserve note is, what's the value of the Federal Reserve note? Was it? So, anyway,
If I may
that's my 2 cents in that. I yield.
Go ahead, Xavier.
It's not good to speculate here, and nothing's been said. So just remember, there's been talk that the U.S. dollar is already gold-backed. There's been talk of many different things, which Anna actually put in her articles. So there may not even be an inflated fiat. It may be all artificial for now. So the whole point is the 22 conversion by Hunter was an arbitrary one. And it will continue being arbitrary because it isn't something elected on. So there's no way to speculate, there's no way to determine that could change as it comes about. But the fact is, it's an arbitrary measurement. There's nothing based. It's based on nothing, actually. And if you take her articles very seriously and what she said in her conferences, then you build a picture of deep confusion because in one conference, I believe she said that now the dollar is gold backed. So there's no way to know. We don't have actual proof. We don't have actual fundamental ways to measure it out now. So it's all up in the air.
Yeah, thanks, Xavier. Right. Yeah, remember when we were trying to make that determination as a fiasco? And all the states were supposed to hold an election on it, which ended up not being the right route to go. Things change, and they gain new insight in how to get this thing up and running. Main thing is, we need it. We need it now. I yield.
In the chat, Ralph posted not a bank document. So those who are able to get up the chat, you can go ahead and download that so that you can read the information. Any other questions? We have about 50 people right now, and I would like to ask again if there is anyone in the room who is not papered up or status corrected and need information regarding correcting their status, or is new to the assembly and they would like additional information. All right, hearing no answer or seeing anyone else put anything in the chat, we will continue on with Q&A.
Coach on Hillsborough.
Go ahead, Coach.
I'm just letting you know that your microphone was working. Just nobody responded. I yield.
Who are you talking to, Coach?
I was letting you know that when you kept asking that question and it was dead silence, that your microphone was working.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Ashley, what county are you on, Ashley? Volusia County. Paul? Who's the organizer for Volusia County? Is that still Paul?
Isn't that Joshua? Started acquiring it.
It could be. I don't know who's.
Yes, it's Joshua.
Okay. So is it still Volusia County organizer at protonmail.com?
Carmen, Lulu on Volusia. I believe Ashley's Don's daughter, and I think she's papered up. I don't know what's the volume, but maybe if that's true, Donnie, I mean.
Well, she's asking for paperwork and to send more information.
Oh, it's just okay.
Yeah, so she's asking for that in the chat.
Okie doke, my bad.
No problem. Okay, so Joshua is the county organizer over there in Volusia, and Don put the website where you can contact VolusiaAssembly.com, and you will find information there on the paperwork. Is there anyone in Sumter County? I don't think there is anyone in Sumter County. Is there anyone in the neighboring area in Sumter that can assist Susan? What would be the closest county to Sumter?
Marion.
Marion County? Okay, so there is an organizer for Marion.
Brian Colella.
And does he take emails at Marion County Organizer at protonmail.com? Susie says she might be able to help, so.
Anyone who wants to help, send their information to Florida for Freedom at protonmail.com or Giles B. King at protonmail.com. Giles is in charge of the organizers, so he'd love to hear from anyone interested in representing Sumter or anywhere else in Florida.
Thank you, Xavier. Susan, you don't know who to send your paperwork. Is your paperwork completed? If your paperwork's completed, I'm going to toss the ball over to Summer because I think she can do this. Summer, do you want to take Susan's paperwork and review it?
Sure, I will put my email in the chat.
All right.
And then Susan, if you can just either scan it or send me a photo of it so I can double check it, see if you're missing anything. You can email it to me. I yield.
Thank you, Summer. Yeah, we can't give all the work to poor Barbie. We have to spread the love. The love for the growing family.
Oh, yes. I spread it too, also.
Excellent.
Yeah, there are a lot of people waiting.
Yes. I also want to put out an announcement here, and we'll do it also at the General Assembly. But Susan May, who is also a recorder, she can do statewide recordings, and she had her email changed. So this is her new email. Proton.me, I think that's how it is. Florida Recorder 9 at proton.me is where you can find Susan May, and she is also a statewide recorder. And Ralph, if you can get that corrected on the list of recorders, because she just got this new email yesterday, because her other email that she's had for a long time stopped working, and she couldn't get any new emails, so she has to create a new account. You're welcome, Susan.
So you said that's Florida Recorder 9 instead of 99 at proton.me.
She used to be 99, but now she took up one of the 9s. Yeah.
At proton.me.
Yep, proton.me.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Anybody else has a question? Yes, the living man in Seneca. By the way, what is your name, sir?
Seneca.
And excuse me for calling you sir. Your name is Seneca? Okay. So yes, you can have your wife be a part of the assembly as well. She's a born and raised native Floridian. We want every man, woman, and child to come back to the land and soil and help us reconstruct our lawful government. Okay, I see. Seneca Lee.
Yep. Yes.
Okay. So you can have your wife reach out to either Barbie or Summer or Susan to help her out with her paperwork. So there's a questionnaire that they have to do and all that, and that would help to make sure we have everything that she needs and get her started. Johnny, how would you be able to participate in the militia? Well, to participate in the militia, people just need to be 16 years and older, I think up to the age of 65, if I'm not mistaken. And everyone who's able-bodied is able to participate in the militia. Now, what functions you will do in the militia, that will require some training and whatever skills that you have. And you should definitely talk with your coordinator in your county, if there is one,
Carmen,
yes,
they must be citizens and they must sign an agreement.
that's why I said they need to talk to them, because I don't know enough about the militia.
Yeah, we're organizers, not coordinators. There are no coordinators of counties.
Okay. Well, there you go, Johnny, that's your answer. What county are you on, Johnny? And, Summer, go ahead and, chime in. Oh, he's in Miami.
I want to be on the grand jury.
I was suggesting Paul chime in.
Okay.
Barbie is in charge of Miami, so her militia, I don't think is up yet, so,
No, it's not.
Help form it.
Well, maybe,
No, no.
Johnny can help in the, maybe he can join a committee to, get, militia people there and training. And
If y'all have anything that I might be able to study or research on, so I can learn more about it, I could get with, I believe her name is Barbie, and we can start something.
all right,
There is a channel where people can get some information, that's the militia resources. There is study material that Giles can provide, and also there's material on that militia resource. So there's stuff to work on, yeah.
Xavier, is that militia channel open?
You have to be, there is an invite link, and that can be given, but you gotta make sure that he speaks first to Barbie and that he's all set up and everything. We don't want people going into the channels or starting education without understanding how the 4 pillars work, without understanding the General Assembly first. And however, Miami is, setting up the pillars. So it all depends. You do not have a set format, a strict set format for all the counties. So it really depends on the guidelines offered by the Florida Assembly, the militia leader of the Florida Assembly, and the path which the organizers wish to take using those guidelines.
Yeah, he's actually papered up and everything, and a citizen, but his address is actually Broward.
Oh, then he's Summers.
Got the channel, yeah. So if you've got the, channel, what is it, on Mattermost? Because I know he went ahead and signed up on there.
All right, so that is the information that we have right now regarding the militia. I put, Giles', email in the chat so that you can reach out to him to obtain, materials and further information. There is a channel on Mattermost regarding militia, but it's like, I guess nationwide, so that it's not specific to Florida. So Giles will be able to give you a little bit more detail for Florida information.
Okay, I appreciate it, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else have a question? We have about minutes left. the opportunity at every time to, talk with people about the assembly and correct the status. You know, we are kind of censored to a certain degree, so the best way to get people to know about the Florida Assembly and correcting your status is by word of mouth. Everyone who is status corrected and has corrected their paperwork should, as best as possible, discuss and talk to other people that they know, their own family. Sometimes it's hard to get family to be on board. Their friends, coworkers.
There's a question in the chat, and that is who organizes militia? And it's quite simple. The militia leader is elected in, there's the county level and there's the state level. State level, we have a militia leader. As far as I remember, he was incognito, missing in action, MIA. But what is supposed to happen is, on the county, when there's an elected militia leader, he should be trained with the peacekeeping task force or with the Florida militia leader, right, in conjunction with the peacekeeping task force, in which case they learn everything they need, same with the sheriff and other parts. They'll learn all that they have to do in their roles. Once they are trained, then they set up the different parts of the militia. And elections happen for heads or appointments or however. Who was that from?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I was a state citizen on Colorado for 3 years and served on the international business pillar and the education committee. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sorry, I was on Colorado for 3 years on the International Business Committee, and we wrote proclamations and everything. But I've been in Florida for a year now, and I would like to convey over to the land on Florida, and I would like to find out if there's some paperwork that someone can help me with to do that.
You would need to get your paperwork transferred to Florida. Do you have your original documents?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to suggest that you contact Susan May, and her email is floridarecorder9@proton.me.
Florida Recorder 9?
Yes. I'll put it on the chat again.
At Proton.
Proton.me.
And her name is Susan May?
Susan May, yes. She's the,
Okay.
she's a statewide recorder out of Mexico County. And she can assist you.
Thank you so much.
Getting everything transferred over.
Wonderful. Okay. Great, thanks. Okay, bye-bye.
Florida.
Yes, thanks so much. I've been waiting the full year. Just being in limbo, it's been hard, but it's great to be here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Just one quick question. Are you already published on the LRO or no?
Oh, yeah, I'm on the LRO. I've been for 3 years.
Okay, 'cause I can transfer you over like real quick.
Oh, perfect. It's Rebecca Roberts 629@gmail. I can put it in the chat.
Well, I mean, it's easy enough. Rebecca Roberts, 629
Yeah.
at Gmail.
Yeah, perfect. And sorry, I can't see who this is. I'm on my phone.
Oh, it's okay. This is Barbie.
Oh, thank you so much, Barbie. Appreciate it.
Yes, I'm just gonna put you in the Florida one, and then Susan will help you do all your Florida paperwork.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Meanwhile, anything from Colorado is what's gonna be happening. Meanwhile, the paperwork that you're going to see is going to be your existing paperwork that you have published already. That is not from Florida. Yeah, once you get with Susan, Rebecca, then, she'll publish your paperwork from Florida.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. John, go ahead.
Thank you. I wanted to make mention to Rebecca and to Barbie, or whoever is going to be handling the recording services, if they would forward my email to Rebecca, I'd like to visit with her about the International Business Pillar and her experience there. I yield.
Just posted your email on the chat, but I will post it again. Giles B. King at protonmail.com. And Ralph just is scrolling by to show it as well. But it is in the chat if you want to go ahead and copy and paste it.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Giles. All right, guys, well, it's 6:59. This is going to conclude today's Q&A session. I want to thank you all for coming and participating in the Q&A. And now I will turn over the mic to Ralph to continue with the General Assembly for Florida. Thank you all.
Thank you, Carmen. Great job as always. I really appreciate you doing the Q&A. And also everybody else participating. Really helps. So we can go ahead and do some of the preliminary stuff. So I'm going to be starting the recording at 7 o'clock. And if you would, just please stay muted until you're ready to ask for the floor. And when you do ask for the floor, voice your first name and your county. So do Ralph on Duval. And that's kind of like, a lot of people say, may I, but we just use our first name and our county. So when we play the recording back, the county gets recognized and people get recognized. And if you do need to respond to the Bivens when we get there, just unmute, respond, and we'll keep on moving.
The recording has started.
So this is the Florida Assembly General Assembly meeting for September 21st, 2021. I'd like to welcome all those who have returned to the